Hello again and welcome back to the PhatPhish Guitar Studio. Now, I've had a couple of questions recently about the gear that I use, particularly in regard to effects. So I thought what I'd do is give you a walkthrough of the pedal board that I've got down here. I did do a pedal board video a year or two ago now, but that's what gear I've got here has changed a little bit in the last few months. So I thought I'd update that and give you a quick walkthrough and playthrough of the pedals that I've got and how I use them to get the sounds that I use. Everything that you hear will be played on this. It's my self-built thin line telly with Swamp Mash body and Seymour Duncan hot rails pickups with just regular three-way switching. Okay, so let's have a look at what's down there on the pedal board. Okay, so here's the board. Let's just run through what we've got here. Up the top right hand corner, the big yellow box is the famed DCT200 multi-way power supply. This is the most recent addition to the board for me and replaces sort of like a daisy chain cable that I was using, and it's a much cleaner solution. It's lower noise, it's much tidier, much neater to cable in. Really liking the power supply, and I'll probably do a full review of that in a separate video sometime. In terms of signal chain, the guitar comes into the TC Electronics Polytune 2, which is my probably my favourite pedal on the board. Actually, it's just a really useful, really versatile guitar tuner. From there, the signal goes into a Digitech Bad Monkey overdrive pedal, into the Blackstar LT Boost, which is like a clean boost pedal, and then into the amp. This particular demonstration, I'm using a Blackstar HD5R with the reverb set about halfway, so there's the reverb setting on the amp itself. Here we've got the foot switch for the amp for switching between the clean and dirty channels. And then on the effects loop from the amp we've got the Boss CH1 Super Chorus, TC Electronics Flashback Digital Delay, which recently replaced what was I using? Electro Harmonics Echo number 1. Much prefer the TC unit, really nice delay pedal. And then up the top we've got the BB Electronics Sonic Stomp Sonic Maximizer pedal. The way the pedals are laid out is very intentional. The Sonic Stomp is a pedal which generally gets switched on and left on, so it's up there. I don't need to worry about reaching over other pedals and potentially knocking them and changing settings with my foot when I'm trying to switch the Sonic Stomp off and on and off. It just is switched on, stays on. Likewise the Polytune, I'm not reaching over any pedals to get to that, so I don't need to worry too much about changing settings on things. Okay, let's have a listen to how it sounds and the way that I'm using these pedals to build my sound up. Okay, so starting off on the clean channel of the amp, this is the sound of the clean channel with no effects. As I say, I tend to leave the Sonic Stomp switched on all the time. This is really nice pedal. It's quite subtle, but it just adds a bit more life to the sound. Other effects that I tend to have on pretty much all the time are the digital delay. And the chorus, which I quite like to just liven up the clean channel a little bit. And that basically is my clean sound. Going over to the dirty channel now, turn the chorus pedal off, and this is the dirty channel on the amp with just the Sonic Stomp and the digital delay. What I'll often do with the dirty channel is I'll switch in the Blackstar LT Boost. This basically just increases the signal level a little bit. It doesn't add drive per se. What it does is give you more input signal into the amp, so it overdrives the amp a little bit more. It's also got basic EQ there, so by tweaking the bass and treble controls I can thicken the sound up a little bit. The other option I've got for overdrive is sticking to the clean channel we'll switch in the Digitech Bad Monkey. That's a nice tight sounding tube overdrive. So that's the Bad Monkey overdrive on its own, just on a clean channel. What I can do, switch in the dirty channel as well and use a little bit of drive off the Bad Monkey plus the drive on the amp, and that works together quite well. Gives you a really nice singing overdrive, not particularly muddy, and it works quite well. It's sort of manageable power level, so I don't have to have the amp cranked up a long way and but I can still get a good overdrive sound. So in terms of the pedals on the board, I've already done separate reviews of the Polytune, the Sonic Stomp, the Flashback and the Bad Monkey, and hopefully I'll get around in due course to doing separate video reviews of the chorus pedal, the LT Boost, and I'll probably do a review of the power supply as well. So there you go, that's my pedal board. Nothing particularly complex, but I'm not really an effects player. I just like to get a good basic sound and then run with that. So hopefully that's cleared up any questions that you had, for those of you who've been asking about what effects I'm using. As always, if you've got any other questions you want to ask me or make suggestions for future videos, then if you go to the Ask a Question link on the PhatPhish website, you can ask questions there. And if you'd like to subscribe to the YouTube channel, if you're not subscribed already, then there's a link down there. Please click on that. As always, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in another video next time. Bye for now.